You know, if you're too alive, you find out that it doesn't work too well. You got to find the balance of aliveness and less alive that'll work with in a particular context. I sort of, it's not a joke actually, but I do have talk about some I think maybe in psychic deadness, I don't know, that some therapists are just too alive for certain dead patients. You have to tone it down. You have to tone down this, like Freud talked about, tone down the stimulation to something that the person can handle, given their lack of ability to, can't take too much life. So many try to take the edge off by associating it with recreation, wiping away the old and emergence of the new. That is, one can have a rebirth fantasy that sort of like takes the place of a process. Now, the rebirth is a process, many processes, many ways to be reborn. In chapter 2 of Whirlwind, I bring out all kinds of ways to be. You could be reborn as a horror, as a monster, it's awful, my God, it could be reborn as, it's a work all life long, rebirth, but it also can substitute. Look at the evangelical right, rebirth, be reborn, be born again. But it wipes out the processes that make you up. It wipes out the processes that make you up because it's a false rebirth, semi-false anyway. It's a defense mechanism. It's a defense against having to deal with this mess, having to deal with this whole thing, bit by bit by bit. And rebirth, this process, is part of it. May be part of it, but it's not the whole of it. A lot of work, a lot of psychic work. Freud talked about work, the work of the psyche, the work of the negative, green. So the force of death can't be wished away. It can take horrible forms, destroying one's being from all kinds of death, destroying one's being from within, emotional self-destruction. Suicide is one outcome. Bad enough, but there are, as we know, harrowing living deaths. That's what T.S. Eliot wrote about. You read his poem. This is a quick, easy poem to read. It's not so little. The hollow men. We are the hollow men. We are the hollow men. T.S. Eliot. The living death. The existential writers. Camus. The living.